Good morning, everyone. Welcome once again to another edition of Mind Over Mornings. I am your host, Shane Patrick Cruz. Thank you for being here with me today, January 15, 2016. It's crazy to think that half a month is already gone in January. Like literally 15 days down and done, right, for the year. It's crazy to think about, right? So today is, like I said yesterday, part 2 of obviously a 2-part quote. The first one was yesterday. If you haven't seen yesterday's, go back. If you're in Facebook, just go to the video under this one for Thursday and watch that one. That's part 1. Today is part 2, right? So today ends out the week of motivation. And this quote today is something I think about all of the time, and I'm going to give you two examples of how this played out in my life in hopes that it shows you that maybe you're not the only one in certain situations, right? And it'll give, well, I'll just get into it. We'll get into it and I'll explain later, right? So today's quote is, "Of all sad words of mouth or pen, the saddest are these, it might have been." That is something I think about. It might have been. That is something I think about all of the time. I don't want to get to a point later in my life where I have to wonder, man, what would things have been like if I'd have made this decision? That literally scares me. To get to a point where I have to think that. I don't want to have to think that. So I spend every day going after what I want so that I don't get to that situation. That is the scariest thing for me. I'm going to give you a scenario. I want you to think about this, right? You're 98, 99, 105. I hope you live past 100. You're 105. You're on your deathbed, right? What is it that you wish you would have changed? What is the decision that you wish you would have made? Think about that for a second. Now come back to here. Back to the present. Now make that decision. Make that change. It'll make all of the difference in your life. I promise you that. Believe me when I say that. I end every episode by saying take action towards your goals. That is something that I try to live by every single day, is to take action. I'll give you 2 examples of why I started to think that way and why I tell people that all the time and why I end every episode saying that. So about a year and a half ago, December of 2014, I started my Dream Nation project, right? And I photographed a guy named Hamilton Glass. And he was a local mural artist. If you haven't heard of him, definitely look this dude up. Phenomenal artist, right? Paints like big murals on like the sides of buildings all up and down the East Coast. Crazy talented dude, right? And we got to talking, and he's asking me how my project got started. And I was like, well, I actually came up with the concept almost a year ago, basically the beginning of January of 2014. And I'm just now doing it because here's something about me that probably none of you know, right? Maybe a few of you know this. I am a analyzer. That's my personality. I really analyze things. Sometimes at a point where I overanalyze things. I don't know if any of you guys are like that, right? Can maybe relate to that. So I come up with this idea, this goal, this dream, and then I analyze the crap out of it, research the crap out of it, and then take action on it, right? So I'm talking to Hamilton Glass at the end of the interview that I had with him after I photographed him. We got to talking, and I was like, yeah, man, like it took me forever to do this. I came up with this dream, and then I, mapped out how I was going to go about doing this project, and then I took action on it, and I contacted you, right? He's like, you got the first part right. You got to come up with the dream first, right? You got to come up with the goal first, with the idea first. But you got the second 2 things in the wrong order. You got to flip-flop them. Come up with the dream and then take action And then after you take action, figure out how to get to the rest of it. Figure out how to do it after you've taken action. I had a friend of mine say something recently, and I posted it on my Instagram. If you go down on my Instagram, you can see the quote. It says, take a leap and then build wings on the way down. Right? Awesome quote, right? So I decided that I wasn't going to hesitate anymore, right? That's what I said. Then about 3 months ago, I decided, and this, I tell you what, right around the same time I started the project, I had said, oh, I'm going to contact this girl to get photos done and have her involved with my project and the photographer and all that. And I never did it, right? Never acted on it. 3 months ago, I saw that she had an event where she brought in a photographer to photograph exactly what I originally thought about photographing for her. So I lost a job because I failed to act, right? I failed to make the decision to act. And it's right then that I said, that's it. Never again will I hesitate. Never again will I fail to take action on what I want and what I want to achieve in order to become successful. It will not happen, period. That's just me. And I hope that's something you guys can take a hold of too. I hope that's something that you guys can latch on to, right? With this quote, and what I say at the end of every episode, take action. I hope that you guys do that. Don't ever hesitate. What's the worst that can happen? You'll fail. And most people see that as a bad thing. Most people see failure as a bad thing. We talked about it briefly yesterday. The fear of success is actually built in failure. It lives within failure. That fear of success lives within failure. Because people are afraid to fail. But you have to realize that in order to be successful, in order to live a life that is successful, in order to live a life that you're happy with, you have to fail. And you take those failures and you learn from them and you move on, right? That is my hope for you all, that you truly understand that. That is something that I live by day in and day out. At least I do my absolute best to do that every single day. Is to get to the point where I don't have to say, what would have happened if I'd have made a different decision? So take that, live with it, embrace that, and I hope that you don't ever have to get to that situation when you're on your deathbed and have to say, I wonder what would have happened. So thank you all for being here with me this week. It's been a great week. Once again, I appreciate you all coming and watching these videos. Definitely leave comments underneath the video on Facebook if you're on Facebook. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, then leave comments under the video on YouTube. Go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once again, I got 15 days left, right? No, 16 days left because 31 days of January. 16 days left to reach 100 subscribers. And I know it's going to happen, but it can only happen with you guys actually going there and subscribing. I know several of you have already. So please share these videos on your own page if you think that your friends would like to hear what we're talking about. I really appreciate that. And I will see you guys again on Monday. Thank you guys. Have a great day and take action towards your goals and your dreams. See you guys.